Hello, I'm Tara Ruckman.
And I'm Stephanie Howe, and we are Control the Chaos EDU. Are you burnout? Are you feeling frustrated or overwhelmed?
Or maybe it's the opposite, and you're a go-getter and want to level up. Then it's time to dive in with real talk and solution-focused conversations.
Oh man, today's episode's going to be interesting with today's chaos conversations, right? We have a special guest all the way from the United Kingdom. He knows the Queen, which is amazing because I didn't think that many people knew the Queen, but yeah, Evo does know the Queen. So this special guest we met at ISTE, me and Tara, when we were in person in New Orleans. This random guy kept asking to hold everybody's book bag, and we just became friends, right? I think that's how it worked. But yeah, with Evo, he came up to us and immediately I was like, oh my gosh, this is the good Avid. Like this is the complete opposite of Avid, and we're just gonna become best friends. And he's an amazing connector. He is great at building people up. He's also really good at keeping up with Twitter notifications because every Sunday he starts this staff room. Twitter slow chat, I think is the right language. And now I'm just like, I cannot keep up with all these notifications. But it's just amazing the amount of community that Evo has created, all by just loving people. He just knows how to bring people up. He knows how to encourage people when you're feeling low. And so, Evo, thank you for being our friend. And we cannot wait to talk about building a PLN with you.
Hey, thanks Stephanie and Tara for having me on the show. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you.
I have been waiting for this day just because I haven't seen you or talked to you since ISTE, and I just met Evo, and he has this dynamic personality, and I wasn't even planning, to be honest, I was planning on going to a different session because I see Steph all the time, and I show up at the session and suddenly I'm sitting there and Evo's like, go get people, bring people in. And I have beads being thrown at me. Like I'm a ring toss. I don't even know what was happening. I'm suddenly yelling to people across, hey, come over here. And I'm calling people. And I don't know how that even happened because I wasn't even planning on being there.
Was it okay though? I didn't scare you, right? It's just I love getting people involved, Tara. If I scared you, I'll make sure that next time I do that to somebody else instead.
No, it was so much fun, and we had so many people that were walking over and joining us, and we just kept building more and more people, and it was great. It was great. And then there were other people that were pulling people and yelling across too. So I don't know what was happening, but he said one thing and there's like now 5 other people that are yelling and walking over and waving their hands. And it seemed a little bit chaotic at the time, but it melted into this like magical, professional learning and building this professional network. And then we had people posting on Twitter, and it was like in 5 minutes, it started off as like 3 or 4 people. And then it was 20 because we're all calling people over and building this professional learning network. So I can't wait to hear about how you do this digitally.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a big believer, guys, that you can't have innovation without a little bit of chaos. Do you know what I mean? So I'm obviously in the right podcast at the moment.
Yeah. And what's really funny is that was not my presentation at all that Tara just described. Like when I was planning this out, because I knew Avid wasn't going to be there with me and he was supposed to. So like I planned this presentation like 3 times. 1 with Avid there, 2 by myself, and then 3 like winging it with Evo. And when Evo came to me with his napkin of ideas, I was like, this isn't the plan. Like, I'm not like, what? And then I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. Let's do it. But it was just funny because I'm like, I had to plan with Abbott and then I had to do this session again. And I just had to figure out what I was going to do. And then Evo comes along and it just, you have to be flexible, which is one of our executive functioning skills, right?
So that's our ISTE recap. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you actually do other than get everybody excited and join us at ISTE.
My name's Ivo Hannan. I've been an educator for 20 years. You can probably tell by the intro that I'm British. So I grew up on the Northwest, very close to Liverpool, where obviously the Beatles are from, and Liverpool Football Club that I'm a big supporter of. Initially graduated as a designer, so the innovation design piece was always a big thing for me, trying to do things that are a bit different, questioning the status quo, trying to push boundaries, because in the design space, that's the only way you get noticed. When I became a design educator, design technology teacher, as it's known in the UK, I taught in a very, very nice school on the Wirral for 6 years. And then I decided to implement a little bit of that chaos and innovation into my own life. And I took a bit of a leap. So instead of taking a leap to the next county, or in your case, it'd be like the next district, I just took a leap out of the country and I moved to Dubai. So I moved to Dubai in 2007. And when I was in Dubai, I went from design technology teacher to head of faculty, to head of visual arts, creative arts, head of innovation. And then that took me all the way through to when I left almost exactly a year ago in summer, July 2021. And that's when I took another leap to start my own innovation agency. So at the moment, I am currently the founder of Innovation X, which is an innovation agency which helps schools and education partners see through the chaos to try and find solutions to help them reach their vision. It's been almost a year, and it's been an absolutely crazy journey. ISTE, where I met you guys, was not even on the cards at all. It was meant to be in year 2 because I didn't think I would afford to be able to fund ISTE in my first year. That came about very quickly. As a result, like Steph, who I knew on Twitter only briefly, I don't even think you even knew I was coming to ISTE, did you? Did you know I was coming to ISTE, Steph?
I didn't really even know you.
No, because it was left. It was very like last minute. I knew Abid, you know Abid, Steph.
So yeah, I think when you said you're from the UK, I was like, oh, you know Abid. And you're like, yeah, I see you guys fighting all the time on Twitter. That's the first thing you told me.
Yeah, because that's what I see. So then obviously I bumped into you guys and now I'm here. So without being at ISTE and bumping into you guys at that particular moment, because you look like you're almost looking for a solution in the chaos for that session at that time, Steph. It was really odd because when I bumped into you, almost the first thing you said was about Abid, and then you said he's not here and I'm delivering this session in a few days' time. You should do it. And it was just so quick.
It was.
It was just like, whoa, like I'm normally the person who brings a bit of the chaos. I was like, I've just met somebody who does it even 10 times worse than me. So, yeah, great. Absolutely great. And so here we are. It's
but
awesome.
That was really her control over the chaos, because the chaos was, I'm doing it with Abbott, I'm doing it by myself. I planned it twice. And that was her control, right? Bringing somebody else in.
I was like, oh, this guy can just do it for me. I don't even need to.
So, well, I hope I've met your chaos control of the chaos expectations there with my napkin solutions that I wrote down very quickly as I was having a coffee downstairs after our initial conversation.
Yeah.
She's very good at controlling the chaos. This woman has more organization than I've ever seen in my life. I thought I was organized, but she absolutely puts me to shame in the area of organization.
Well, we're in good company then, Tara.
It was funny because Kevin was like, "Can you create this Google Calendar?" And I was like, "Kevin, I have so many things going on. No, we're just doing paper pencil. Like, I don't want to create another thing." So Eva, why do you find so much value in a PLN? And if you don't know what a PLN is, it's a personal learning network. So why should people join? What's the value of it?
Okay, so PLNs to me really helped me expand the way I look at the world. When I started to actually engage on Twitter around October 2018, I'd realized that there was so many educators that were connecting just through Twitter. A lot of them I hadn't met face to face, and I just thought, how am I not part of this? And very, very quickly, it became apparent that what exists on Twitter, your relationships that exist on Twitter, and I'm just using Twitter as an example of how to build a PLN. You can do it through LinkedIn. I'm sure you can do it through other social media networks and channels like Discord. It starts to allow you to connect with people you would never meet face to face in your everyday life. Without me having a PLN, that PLN essentially inspiring me to apply to get to ISTE, and then that PLN then meeting me face to face, including you guys, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'm here in the UK on the Wirral, you guys are in the States, and we're joined together in this conversation. So with that in mind, your PLN really enables you to expand your horizons, create friends and connections across the world, and add value. Great, really great value, positive energy to your life. And it has changed my life. Like, it's 100% changed the trajectory of my life, building my PLN.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I was ready to cry right there. You just got a little sentimental.
Well, it is. I mean, we know each other because of that.
100%.
We would not know each other without it.
100%.
And we can actually say we know each other because we've met face to face and we've spent time together. I spent probably a little bit too much time with Steph, but either or.
We had a session
now. Either or, we're connected. Steph and I talk on WhatsApp now with Abid, and we host this global PLN thing, which we're going to talk about in a bit. And I think we're already looking at having some kind of session next year at ISTE, where hopefully all three of us will be present. Trying to promote people to grow their PLN, right?
Yeah, Nick's going to be there.
Nick's going to be there as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it'll be great. So what is the staff room, global staff room PLN, #Sundays?
So a couple of years ago, in order for me to add value to other people, I wanted to create some kind of community slow chat on Twitter. There's a few other people who are doing it as well. So I thought, why not do it myself and add to the value that they're adding through the week? And so I started something called Global Staff Room PLN. I was very intent about the global piece because my PLN at the time, and it still is global reaching, and that was done with intent. And I just felt there was so much more value when you have a PLN that's far reaching. The staff room obviously is because we have a virtual staff room within the chat, and it was hosted on Sunday. So every Sunday I would post out, welcome to the #Global Staff Room Sunday. Introduce yourself, tag your friends, and basically get to know more people on the global edusphere. That's now subsequently changed since meeting Steph and connecting with Abid, because it was confusing people. They thought we had a bunch of Americans that were basically asking, can they join the chat if it's not on Sunday? The idea was it's only on Sunday because it starts on Sunday, but you can actually join the staff room whenever you want. Steph made it very clear that it's confusing. So as a Brit, I needed to reevaluate the branding behind it. So as a result, I brought Steph and Abid into it and renamed it Global Staff Room PLN. So it starts on Sunday. It's not named after the day, which means people can just add to it whenever they want. And it starts every Sunday, so it just refreshes and you bring more people into the conversation, and it's a safe space for people to connect with others who are open to connecting and expanding their PLN.
I was one of those Americans that was confused by the Sunday. Just so you know, I will raise my hand on that. And yeah, I failed to understand. Oh no, you probably explained it at some point, and I missed the boat somewhere. But I'm corrected now. I've got it.
Well, there's no more Sunday anymore, so it's okay, Tara. You can't confuse anyone anymore because it's
any day. It's any day now. Everybody's welcome.
Any day.
So when did you start the staff room again?
God, it was a couple of years ago now. It's been going for a couple of years.
COVID?
I think it was around COVID.
Okay, because we used to do a global GEG staff room, which has similar names. So I was like, did Abid steal the name from you, or did you steal the name from him?
Definitely Abid stole it from me. Like, I wouldn't have even had that name if I knew it existed, because that's just not how I work. I'd have to do the opposite.
I know, I was like, because I think they started around the same time, and I really do think there was a conversation now, like going back, like with you talking about like how you did a staff room. And then I think
called it like
took it. We're gonna have to ask.
I'd call it like the rabbit hole or something. I wouldn't have. I don't like imitation. To me, is like it's like against my values.
Yeah, I'm gonna
really against. Yeah, really against my values.
To figure this out. Who stole the name first? So how has having a PLN helped you grow in education or in your personal life?
I think I touched upon some of these points before, guys. I now have friends across the world. And a great example was the breakfast on Sunday that Barbara Bray hosted. So as a lone traveller, I travelled from the UK on my own to Isti. I had friends staying in the same block as me who I'd never met, who I knew through Twitter. I was going out for dinner straight away on the nights that I arrived. The breakfast, which was on Sunday, I met so many people who I knew from Twitter, who I'd been in contact with, who'd been on the Ed Talks live show, but I'd never met face to face. So as someone who's traveled across the Atlantic, to essentially feel as connected as anybody in the States was massive. And that only happened because of me building the PLN and staying connected with these great people on Twitter. Massive value. I would have been in a very different place if I hadn't have developed my PLN before getting to Isti. Probably wandering around, and Steph probably would have just grabbed me, and I just essentially would have just been educationally abused by Steph, pulling me into different things because I wouldn't have had anything else to do really, because I wouldn't have known anyone. So massive value, very positive. Dare I say it, Innovation X probably wouldn't exist if I hadn't have built a PLN, because a lot of those people gave me the confidence to start it, to be like, Evo, you've got enough ideas to push forward. Because a lot of the people within my PLN are the game-changing people. They are very forward-thinking. They are very innovative in their own right, and they want to make a difference. They want to make a positive impact. So it's like I said before, it's literally changed my life, my PLN, and it's continuing to do so.
Tell us a little bit more about Innovation X.
So Innovation X is a little bit like myself or Steph. It's chaotic a bit, really. It started initially as a brand that I spoke under about 4 years ago. I started speaking at conferences about topics that weren't directly related to the things that we were doing in school. So I'll be talking about machine learning or artificial intelligence or autonomous vehicles and their futures and their impact on society and on education. And because they weren't directly related to the things we were teaching in schools, I started talking under this brand called Innovation X. That's now become a company, and what it does is it's essentially like the mothership. So Innovation X itself doesn't have a service. It's the vision for the company. The smaller services come underneath it. So we have a service called Vertigo, which is a social media agency which helps schools and education partners connect and develop more engaging social media through design and innovation. We have Edge, which is a broadcast service. We have Fusion, which is a online magazine, educational magazine that's getting launched in about 3 months' time. We have something called Flight, which is going to help essentially add more value to educators by giving them opportunities to freelance. So it has a bunch of these services underneath the mothership that enable schools and education partners and teachers, and also students now as well, to think big and to innovate. And that's what we want. We want to leave that kind of legacy behind, that we've helped individuals, professionals, teachers, companies move forward and reach their goals.
That's so inspiring, man.
Yeah, sounds like a passion to me. I mean, you're bringing passion to students with all of that innovation. It's amazing. When you have that passion about something, you can just feel it, right? You can hear it in your voice, and that's what inspires people is passion.
And so when you're working with all of these different people, do you take them a napkin of different ideas, or is
everything? Steph, everything starts with a napkin.
Okay.
In our case, when we're having a conversation, it usually starts with me having to wipe my mouth because I've probably sworn at something that you've told me to do or told me to be involved in, and I'm like, oh. The napkins always come in handy.
Okay, another question. So we met, Zach King at ISTE, which was an exciting. I don't even know how we got invited to that little room, but again, it's being in the right place at the right time, right?
Yeah.
And did you finish the video for your kids?
Oh, I did.
You did?
I did finish the video. Yeah. I haven't posted it. I just showed it to my son, and I kind of forgot. Yeah, I don't know if we can. I wonder if I can show it on here.
I think you'll need to post it probably. I don't know.
I might have to post it and tag you guys in. But yeah, and he loved it. He was just like, he couldn't understand how it happened. Do you know what I mean? He couldn't get his head around how I'd jump cutted him into something to do with Zach King, and Zach King was talking about him. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and ISTE, Zach King came to ISTE as one of the keynotes, and he is an amazing YouTuber. If you're like, what are they talking about? And he does all of these amazing videos with just editing, I believe.
It's just editing.
And he did it so quickly that I was like, I don't know what he did. I'm gonna need to slow that down. But he was like, yep, just do this and this and this. And I was like, oh man, that's probably what I sound like when I teach people Google Slides. It's easy. But he was the nicest guy, and he made Eva's son a personalized video.
He did. I didn't hear that story. How did I miss that one? You definitely have to post it.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's kind of, you probably got this by now, that I don't want to do things that are stereotypical. So as I was in the back of the queue, and I was watching people taking selfies with him and stuff. And I was like, that's not good enough for me. I want more than this. So in my mind, I was like, I know my son really loves Zach King, because my son's really into video editing and making movies with like Lego figures and dinosaurs and stuff. So I said to him, like, rather than taking a selfie, can I do a jump cut video where essentially it'd start with him speaking about his favorite video influencer, which would be Zach King. I would then say to him, I wonder if Zach's got something to say to you. Jump to Zach King, who's going to say a message, and then jump him back out of the video. And he got it straight away. So we filmed that bit at ISTE. I filmed the bit with Zach at home, and then I stitched it together as a video.
Amazing.
And then I showed it to Zach, and because he didn't understand why I was recording the beginning bit, and he didn't. He was like, "Is that when he talks about Zach? Is that me?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's you. He's talking about you. That's what he's saying, Zach, as in you." Because Zach said, "Don't ever give up on your dreams, and keep video editing, or keep creating or something."
Yeah, it was. Man, ISTE was just a good trip.
It was the best.
You need to post that in the global staff room so that people can talk about it and share it. Yeah.
Save it for Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I need to actually. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't even post it. I didn't even think about it.
That's so much fun. You're keeping that one to yourself. That's like a card in your back pocket. What are we doing with that? You got to share stuff like that.
You're dealing with your flight issues.
I had flight issues too.
We weren't going to add that to the mix. Like, you have flight issues.
I would. Yeah, I got to meet Zach King. Issues. Yeah, I missed that because I was stranded in Dallas.
Oh my God.
And then on my way home, they canceled my flight. They canceled, like, I got to the airport and they're like, we don't have any record of you flying today. What just happened? So they're like, oh, we see that when they canceled your flight, they canceled the whole thing. So then they had to put me on another flight that was going out, like going to another state. It was a whole debacle. Yeah, I didn't have great travel. Great experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but my travel piece of it, I'm glad it's in Philadelphia next year. I'm going to drive there.
Yeah, no, we're going. We're going to be there. Well, we're kind of going to have to be, because I think we're going to be speaking together, right, Steph?
Yeah, we got to put our session in soon, right?
And then I'll join and I'll just start waving and yelling to people to come in. I'll be like the motivator. I'll stand on the outside and just kind of start gathering people.
That you can
I could put like a yellow vest on or something, like traffic control, getting everybody to come over. This way, right this way. Come on in. No tickets necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's going to be amazing. It'll be amazing to catch up with you guys again as well.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So Ivo, how can our listeners connect with you if they want to grow their PLN or become friends with you?
The easiest way is to catch me on Twitter. So the Twitter handle is here, at Ivo Hannan. I'm also on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram as well. And then join the global conversation, #Global Staff Room PLN. That starts every Sunday. Steph and Abid are tagged into that as well, if you follow those guys. And then on Monday, I also do something called Monday Motivators, which is my way of saying thank you to people. And I basically tag people in who I feel very grateful for. That's still going now, actually. Like, people are still posting on that. That went a bit crazy, Steph. Sorry about that, Steph. That went a bit nuts.
Well, I wanted to post, but I didn't see it until Monday. And then I was like, Tuesday. And then I was like, can I post? It's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's just
motivators. No, Tuesday motivators doesn't work.
You can still post Monday motivators. It doesn't matter if it's a different day. It's more forget the day, just go with the flow.
Okay. Yeah. So your action step is to this Sunday or this upcoming Sunday or whenever you're listening to the Sunday that you're listening to, join the conversation, go onto Twitter, find the hashtag Global Staff Room PLN, tag 5 friends, and tell us what you're doing for the week. So join the conversation, and then typically you'll have some more followers, or you can follow some people as well. I feel like a lot of people in that community will like follow you back or vice versa. So it's a really good community to get a part of.
Monday Motivators, I didn't know was you as well.
What's Tuesday? Yeah. What's Wednesday? What's Thursday?
Sorry, guys.
It's all about the day, isn't it, with you? Sunday, Global Staff Room, Monday Motivators.
Yeah, let me explain why it was like that. It's because in my mind, if I didn't add something to the functionality of the brand, I wouldn't know what day to post it. I could be like, oh, well, I can post this on Friday. I miss Monday, so I'll post that on Tuesday instead. It also forces you to post it on that particular day because the day's in the brand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I love it. Yeah. I love it. Keep going. I joined the staff room. I'm joining the Motivators on Monday. I'm going to set a reminder on my phone so I don't forget.
Yeah, that's just
us Americans though. Like, I did the Motivator Monday last Monday, and I had someone message me like, "Why am I the letter V? What does that mean?" Oh my gosh! Like, Americans think too much into this. I was like, I don't know. And so then I messaged Evo and I was like, what's the V mean?
It means that you're vicious.
I was like, I don't know. I'm just thankful for you.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's so funny. Did anybody ask about the 8?
No.
That would have been the most. That would have been the most confusing.
You know why there's an 8. You know why there's an 8
people, right?
Because I tag 8 people. Yeah. That's all.
That's the
so
secret.
It doesn't mean that you have to tag 8 people. You can tag as many as you want. Because when I first started it, people kept saying, "I want to tag more than 8." I was like, guys, the 8 is just part of the branding. So instead of it being saying motivators as a normal word, I just added the 8 because it's 8 letters. That's all. Yeah. That's all it is. It's just a branding thing because I'm a branding person. It's just the way it is.
You're just trying to like keep us squared. Trying to get people to break the rules, maybe.
Yeah, 100%. You can tag as many. I mean, there was somebody yesterday. They quote retweeted Monday Motivators and then commented on their own one twice. So they must have added about 60 people.
That's why I had a ton of notifications today.
And I was like, whoa. So, but they're grateful for these people, right? I mean, it's always nice to get a tweet where someone's like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me. I mean, what's nicer than that? You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, it's a very positive thing. And I'm glad it goes through the week because it shows just how much people appreciate each other.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, Evo, thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, control the chaos or don't control the chaos, Evo. On your
Create the chaos.
Create the chaos. Yes. Go ahead and
we need a new podcast called Create the Chaos.
Thanks for listening to Control the Chaos EDU. Check out the description for show notes.
We look forward to connecting with you on social media. Subscribe to the weekly podcast so you never miss an episode. Control the chaos. Until next time.